Well, good morning, all my little lug nuts from the frozen tundra of the Texas Gulf Coast. Yes, it's cold here. We just had snowpocalypse. Something really odd. We had probably 3 or 4 inches of snow here, which doesn't ever happen. And as a result, I'm freezing cold. Safety Man Goose has said that it is too cold to work on cars, but doesn't mean that we can't introduce you to another one of our collection. And this one is one of my two favorite cars, and it is a legend in the automobile industry. It is, as you can see, the 1987 Buick Grand National. Now, a little bit of history on this car. This is one of the last G-body cars to roll off of the assembly line. In '88, they got away from the G-body and went to a completely different style of chassis. So in 1987, this was, and I know I'm going to get hate for this one, but this was the fastest American-made production car, period. I know everybody goes, well, what about the Corvette? What about the Corvette, Robert? Well, the funny thing is the stories that I've read and the rumors and everything else were that GM owns Buick and Pontiac and Chevrolet and all of those. GM told Buick that they could not advertise a car that had more horsepower than the Corvette. So as a result, Buick lied and said that the car had less power than it actually did. So as a result, they could stay in line, but when tested, it was faster than the Corvette. Is everything that I've ever read. Now, people are gonna, jump on here and give me hate for it and tell me that I'm wrong and all this other stuff. And so, okay, well, I'm wrong, but I like the story. So this one, as dirty as she may be, happens to be my 1987 Buick Grand National. And I bought it at auction at about 3 years ago. I got it from Meekum. And I've wanted this car since I was 17 years old. A buddy of mine had one, or his dad had one when we were in high school. And we used to go get into all kinds of trouble. And I will tell you that in high school, I was in high school when this car came out. So, it is very much a bucket list car that I always wanted to own. Now, I couldn't afford a pristine one, one that was in super great condition, low mileage and everything else. I couldn't afford that. So I got one that has been gone through before. The motor is still the original 3.8 liter turbo V6. I've done a little bit of upgrades to it, and it's a driver. I'm going to drive it for a while, and then one day I'll blow it all apart and restore it back to original and make it as clean as humanly possible. So, but for now, like I said, this is a car that I have wanted since I was about 17 years old, and I was finally able to get my hands on one. And I tell you, this car makes me want to have a mullet. It makes me want to take the T-tops off, blare AC/DC with a mullet and some big old 90s glasses and everything else like that. Man, this car just is gangster sitting still. So that being said, I'm going to give you a little bit of a tour around it. Like I said, it is dirty and it is a driver, so don't give me hate for it being dirty and don't give me hate for it not being perfect. But let's take a closer look, lug nuts. All right, now we get to the fun part of this car, which is under the hood. And under the hood, you would find in this thing is a 3.8 liter single turbo V6, intercooled. It is not a hot air car. It is a true intercooler car. Now, I have not upgraded the intercooler on this car. This still has the original factory intercooler. I do plan to go to a front mount intercooler on it. I do plan to go to a bigger turbo. I have upgraded the chip in it. I put bigger injectors in it. I've gone through the vacuum system and fixed all of that. We've got an aftermarket fuel pressure regulator, a MAP sensor, as well as a brand new downpipe. And this has the Cruise Performance headers in it, and they are a work of art. This thing is just crazy when it spools into boost. Now, I probably make at max boost 15 to 17 pounds of boost when I'm in it, and it will run like a scalded dog. It is the car that you see taking off in the beginning of every one of my videos. And with that being said, let's take a little bit of a closer look. Safety man Goose, are we clear to check under the hood? Yes? All good? Goose still says it's bullshit that it's this cold. So, under the hood, you can see stock turbo, new downpipe and exhaust, stock intercooler still, cold air intake. We've done the new fuel pressure regulator. We've done all of the vacuum lines. And if you look down in here real close, see if I can get to them, you can see the cruise performance headers on that side. You come around and you can see those beautiful cruise performance headers. These guys do absolutely amazing work. All right, now for everybody's favorite part of the episode, we're going to start her up, see what she sounds like. Now, it is cold out here, and I've not started this thing in a few days, so we'll see how she does. Oh, baby. Listen to that. Little cold start action right there. We're going to take you around and let you get a good listen to it. All right, for this audio, we switched over to the phone, so hopefully you can hear it a little better. All right, lug nuts, here's the good news. Is because this car is already on the lift, I'm actually going to be able to give you a tour of the underside of it. So one of the things that you'll get to see is that it's still dirty because this car was used in a music video for one of my daughter's friends. So if you look up underneath, the car is relatively clean. There's no major rust. We do have some surface rust. This is all a little close for my taste, but the body's in great shape underneath here. We do have a cooling pan on here. You get a look at the crossover pipe from those headers that I was talking about. We have our downpipe that comes down, full 3-inch downpipe. Goes to, yeah, that's a catalytic converter, maybe somewhere in there. Then we have the full stainless exhaust that goes all the way out, goes up and over to our stainless muffler, and out the back. Now, when I got this car, it did have the upgraded lower control arms. As you can see, still has the stock stamped upper control arms. That will be changed at some point in time. But overall, it's a driver. Like I said, we're going to enjoy it. We're going to have fun with it. And then we'll blow it apart and restore it one day. So once again, you get to see the underside of this one because it's on the lift. All right, lug nuts, that's going to do it for this episode of Robert's Classic Car. Thank you for joining me. As always, I really, really appreciate it. I appreciate all your comments. I appreciate your time to sit and look at my toys and listen to my silliness. You know, I can only stress it enough. If you get the opportunity, get a toy, play with it, don't make it perfect, just make it run. Have fun, enjoy your toys. There's something to be said for collecting cars and having them all in a museum and everything else like that. But boy, it's really nice when you get to drive them and enjoy them. So with that being said, I'm going to sign off. I am going to ask you to like and subscribe because when I get to 50 subscribers, I can do lives from my phone, which should make life easy out here in the shop so I don't have to set up a computer and everything else. So we're trying to get to 50 subscribers. That's our first goal. Safety Man Goose, what are we doing? Tripod's okay? All right, good. Safety Man Goose says everything is good, and we'd like to remind you to keep the rubber side down and the shiny side up. Thank you.